Let's be honest, most tech accessories end up in a drawer within 2 weeks. We buy the flashy gadgets, but they usually solve problems we don't actually have. Today, we are flipping the script. I have tested over 40 accessories to find the 7 that look useless at first glance, but will genuinely change your daily workflow. And we are counting them down from number 7 to the single most surprisingly useful tool you can buy for under $30. Let's get into it. Number 7, magnetic charging cable. At first glance, a magnetic charging cable seems like a gimmick from an old sci-fi movie, a fragile connection waiting to fail. But after using a set of MagSafe-style USB-C tips for 6 months, I am convinced this is one of the most underrated safety and convenience tools you can own. The accessory consists of a thin, magnetic tip that stays permanently plugged into your laptop, tablet, or e-reader, plus a separate cable end that snaps onto that tip. The magic happens when someone trips over your cord. Instead of yanking your $1,000 device onto the floor, the magnetic connection simply breaks away cleanly. For anyone with pets, kids, or even just a cluttered desk, this feature alone saves hardware daily. Beyond safety, it dramatically reduces port wear. Standard USB ports fail because of the constant friction of plugging and unplugging. With a magnetic tip, you never insert or remove anything from the port again. You simply bring the cable near the tip, and it clicks into place. This also makes one-handed charging effortless, perfect for dark rooms or when you are holding a phone in bed. Many modern versions support fast charging up to 100 watts and data transfer, so you lose nothing in performance. The surprising usefulness comes from how it changes your behavior. You stop babying your charging ports and start treating cables like harmless clips rather than potential accidents. For under $15, this accessory eliminates a major point of hardware anxiety that most people do not even realize they have until it is too late. Number 6, programmable smart button. A programmable smart button sounds like something only a productivity obsessive would buy, and I originally dismissed it as redundant. After all, we have voice assistants and phone widgets. But the flick button or similar tiny wireless clickers solves a problem that voice control cannot. Silent, instantaneous, and tactile automation without looking at a screen. This is a small disc, about the size of a poker chip, that sticks to any surface and triggers up to 3 actions: single click, double click, and long press, through your phone or home hub. The genuinely useful application is not turning on lights. It is creating physical shortcuts for repetitive digital tasks. For example, I placed one under the edge of my desk. Single click starts a 25-minute Pomodoro timer for focused work. Double click logs my current time into a work time sheet. And a long press toggles a do not disturb mode across my phone and laptop simultaneously. Another button lives on my bathroom mirror. One click starts my morning news briefing podcast while turning on the heated floor. The surprise is the reduction in context switching. Every time you unlock your phone to perform a routine action, you risk falling into notifications, email, or social media. A smart button bypasses the entire phone interface. It is especially powerful for elderly users or anyone with motor difficulties, because it turns complex app sequences into a single physical press. Battery life often exceeds 1 year, and the buttons are waterproof enough for a shower wall. The most unexpectedly popular use I have seen: parents put one in a baby's room. A long press sends a silent, all okay, just fussing notification to both parents' phones without anyone having to get out of bed. That is genuinely useful technology. Number 5, thermal label printer, no ink. A thermal label printer that does not use ink sounds like a niche tool for small business owners shipping packages, but for any household that deals with organization, returns, or meal prep, this accessory is quietly revolutionary. Standard printers eat through expensive ink cartridges, jam on sticky labels, and require constant alignment adjustments. Thermal printers use heat-activated paper, meaning you never buy ink or toner again, ever. The surprising use case is not shipping. It is reclaiming your kitchen and home office from chaos. I attached one to a small shelf near my pantry, and now every container of bulk rice, flour, or frozen soup gets a waterproof, peel and stick label with the date and contents. My wife thought I was insane until she stopped throwing away mystery Tupperware. The same printer handles return labels for Amazon, shipping labels for gifts, and even QR code labels for cable management behind your TV. The time savings are real. Instead of handwriting labels that smudge or cutting tape for every package, you print a perfect adhesive label in 3 seconds. Modern Bluetooth models connect directly to your phone, so you can print from your email or shopping app without touching a computer. The paper rolls are cheap, about 2 cents per label, and they last for years because there is no ribbon to dry out. For anyone who has ever stood over a trash can, peeling a handwritten sticky note off a container and guessing if the leftovers are from Tuesday or last month. This accessory turns a recurring frustration into a smooth, silent, and almost enjoyable habit. Number 4. Desk-mounted phone or tablet arm. A desk-mounted phone arm looks like something a streamer would use for a face cam. But for anyone who uses a smartphone as a second screen during work, it is genuinely life-changing. The accessory is a spring-loaded clamp that attaches to the edge of your desk, ending in a fully articulating arm with a magnetic or spring-loaded phone holder. The surprising benefit is not just ergonomics. It is the elimination of the phone lean. Most people prop their phone against a coffee mug or a stack of books, which places the screen too low, forcing your neck into a forward bend. After 8 hours, that bend becomes neck pain. A desk arm positions your phone directly next to your main monitor at eye level, so you glance sideways instead of down. I use mine for reading QR codes, watching quick tutorial videos while keeping both hands on my keyboard, and monitoring a security camera feed of my front door. The real unexpected win is how it kills doom scrolling. When your phone lives on a dedicated arm instead of sitting face up on your desk, you stop picking it up reflexively. To use it, you must deliberately swing the arm toward you, which creates a tiny moment of intention. Many arms include a built-in charging pass-through, so your phone is always topped up without a dangling cable. For video calls, it turns your phone into a dedicated webcam at the perfect height, which is far better than most laptop cameras. Under $40, this accessory transforms your phone from a distraction device into a proper workstation tool, all while saving your cervical spine from years of silent damage. Number 3. Cable management sleeve, neoprene wrap. A cable management sleeve looks like a boring fabric tube, and I ignored it for years because it seemed too simple to matter. Then I finally bought a 4-foot neoprene wrap for the rat's nest behind my television, and the before and after difference was genuinely emotional. This is a zippered or Velcro sleeve that you wrap around a bundle of cables, consolidating power cords, HDMI, USB, and audio cables into a single, clean black trunk. The surprising usefulness is not just visual, it is maintenance. When cables are tangled, you cannot trace one line without disturbing 5 others. In a sleeve, each cable remains separate inside, but you can unzip a section to pull out a single cord without chaos. I used one to tame the mess under my standing desk. Power strip cables, monitor cables, laptop charger, and phone charger all run inside one sleeve that follows the desk leg down to the floor. Cleaning dust becomes a 2-second wipe instead of a 10-minute archaeological dig. The second unexpected benefit is safety. Loose cables create trip hazards and collect heat. A bundled sleeve improves airflow and prevents your vacuum cleaner from eating a random USB cord. For travel, a short 12-inch sleeve turns your bag of loose chargers into a neat, rigid roll that never tangles. The material is fire retardant in good quality versions, and it expands to hold up to 8 thick cables. At around $12, it is cheaper than replacing one damaged charger cord. Most people live with cable chaos because they think organizing is too tedious. But a sleeve does the work once. Zip it up, and you never touch those cables again until you move houses. That is the definition of surprisingly useful. Number 2. Smart plug with energy monitoring. A smart plug that also monitors energy usage sounds like overkill for most people. After all, you already have regular smart plugs for lamps. But the energy monitoring version reveals invisible money drains that no other accessory can catch. This device sits between your wall outlet and any appliance, reporting real-time wattage, voltage, and cumulative kilowatt hours to your phone. The genuinely useful application is finding vampire devices, electronics that consume power even when turned off. I plugged one into my old gaming PC setup and discovered it was drawing 22 watts constantly, even when shut down, because of the peripherals and power supply idle draw. Over a year, that was over $35 of pure waste. The same test on a cable box revealed 28 watts doing nothing. Within 2 weeks, I put everything on power strips and saved an estimated $120 annually. But the real surprise came with my old refrigerator. The plug showed it was running twice as long as it should, which helped me diagnose a failing compressor seal before it died completely and spoiled $300 of food. You can also set automations. For example, when your washing machine drops below 5 watts, meaning the cycle is finished, the plug can flash a smart bulb in your living room. No more forgetting wet laundry for 6 hours. For home offices, you can track exactly how much each workday costs in electricity, which is useful for tax deductions if you work from home. At roughly $15 per plug, buying 2 or 3 pays for itself in the first year purely in energy savings. Most people never buy one because they assume their bills are fixed, but this little device turns hidden waste into actionable data. Number 1. USB condenser microphone arm with hidden cable channel. The most surprisingly useful tech accessory is not a flashy gadget. It is a USB microphone arm with an internal cable channel. At first glance, this is just a metal scissor arm for streamers and podcasters. But for anyone who takes video calls, records voice memos, or simply wants better audio quality, this arm solves 3 huge problems at once. First, it gets your microphone off your desk and exactly where it belongs, at mouth level, 6 inches away, reducing keyboard clatter and echo from bare walls. The difference between laptop mic audio and a properly positioned $50 USB mic is the difference between "sorry, can you repeat that?" and "wow, you sound like a professional." Second, the hidden cable channel runs the USB cord inside the arm itself, so no ugly wires snake across your desk. This single feature reduces desk clutter more than any other accessory I have tested because audio cables are notoriously thick and stiff. Third, and this is the truly surprising part, the arm acts as a physical do not disturb sign. When the arm is swung toward my face, everyone in my house knows I am on a call. When it is folded back against the monitor, I am available. That visual boundary reduces interruptions dramatically. I have used this setup for 2 years, and my colleagues constantly ask what camera I bought. The answer is always the same. No new camera, just a $35 arm that positions my existing microphone correctly. It also reduces neck strain because you stop leaning toward your laptop to be heard. For under $40, this accessory transforms your virtual presence, your desk organization, and your daily posture. That is why it takes the #1 spot.